A college in San Francisco is encouraging students to identify what gender they prefer to be called by on new pronoun stickers. One America's Luke Glaze has more on how the spread of progressive gender ideology is impacting the country.
The University of California, San Francisco is now giving students preferred pronoun stickers so they can display their gender identity on ID badges. The college posted about the change on its website Friday, saying they want to give everyone the opportunity to share their gender pronouns so they can feel safe from the threat of being misgendered. The concept of misgendering has become a big issue in recent years with the progressive left.
Misgendering is the act of referring to someone by the wrong gender or implying that they are a gender that they are not.
The term emerged along with the rise of transgenderism and gender fluidity, a relatively new ideology that claims people are not just restricted to being men and women, but can be any number of genders, which are subject to changing throughout their lifetime. Now, if someone is called a pronoun they don't agree with, leftists consider it discrimination, and some even argue it's an act of violence. Just this week, a video went viral of a transgender woman threatening a GameStop employee for calling him sir.
Right beforehand, you said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you, sir. I need your corporate number now.
But the push to enforce new pronouns is not limited to universities. Google implemented a similar program by offering pronoun stickers at its conventions. The pronouns include the traditional he and she, but add stickers for they, them, and z, here for those who do not conform to any gender. Canada's hate speech laws have even made it illegal to use the wrong pronoun. Ontario professor and psychologist Jordan Peterson was nearly fired for not agreeing with the law. He now regularly speaks out about how this restrictive philosophy is permeating throughout Western countries.
You're playing this radical collectivist left-wing game. You're trying to gain linguistic supremacy in the area of public discourse. You're doing that using compassion as a guise, and you're pulling the wool over people's eyes.
In the U.S., multiple high school teachers have been fired for allegedly discriminating against transgender teens by using their biological gender pronouns. And New York City has led the way in creating laws against misgendering, as its human rights legislation now requires professionals in all businesses to use people's preferred pronoun, or they will be subject to a fine. And just this week, the city's mayor, Bill de Blasio, introduced a way to implement this ideology at birth by adding the new gender label X to birth certificates for parents who want their infant to be free from traditional genders. More and more, liberals are trying to radically change the culture by foisting these ideas on the nation's youth.
What does gender fluid mean?
Like you can be any gender you want to be. You're not a boy, or you're not just a boy, you're not just a girl.
Yeah. Does anybody know anyone who's gender non-binary? Elle?
I am gender fluid.
You're gender fluid.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing.
Luke Glaze, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.